Have you ever loved someone so much you ignored the person they were becoming? I did, and it almost broke me. My name is Mark, and this is the story of how my picture-perfect marriage turned into a nightmare. If you've ever felt betrayed or lost, stick around. You're not alone. Hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. It all started with a simple text from my wife, Emily. Weekend girls trip to Austin with Sarah. Need a break? Love you, I smiled, picturing her relaxing, sipping margaritas on 6th Street. I trusted her completely. Why wouldn't I? We had a beautiful home in Dallas, a life we built together. So I kissed her goodbye that Friday, telling her to have fun, completely oblivious to the storm that was about to hit. The first crack appeared when I called her Saturday night. The phone rang and rang, then went to a muffled voicemail. A few minutes later, I got a text. Sorry, babe. Super loud here. Can't talk. TTYL. The abbreviation, TTYL, felt so impersonal, so unlike her. A knot of unease tightened in my stomach. The next day, I tried FaceTiming her, wanting to see her smiling face. It was declined. Another text came through. Bad reception. Almost home. When she walked through the door Sunday evening, she looked exhausted, but strangely radiant. She hugged me, but it felt distant, like she was just going through the motions. When I asked about the trip, her answers were vague. It was great. So fun. Sarah's crazy. She showed me a few blurry photos on her phone, a picture of a cocktail, a shot of a neon sign, nothing with her and Sarah together. I asked where they stayed, and she hesitated for a second too long. Oh, just some cute little Airbnb downtown. The following week, things got weirder. Emily was glued to her phone, smiling at texts at all hours. She started working late. Project deadlines, she'd say. She bought new lingerie, stuff that was way more daring than her usual style. When I complimented her, she just shrugged and said a girl's got to feel good about herself. The intimacy between us vanished. Every time I tried to get close, she'd pull away, claiming she was tired or had a headache. I felt like a ghost in my own home, watching my wife drift further and further away. I felt pathetic, begging for attention from the one person who was supposed to be my partner. I started questioning my own sanity. Was I being too needy, too insecure? She was a master at making me feel like I was the problem. Mark, you're suffocating me, she'd say, her voice laced with annoyance. Can't I have a life outside of this marriage? One night I couldn't sleep. The doubt was eating me alive. I found her phone charging on the kitchen counter. My heart pounded as my thumb hovered over the screen. I had never invaded her privacy before, but I was desperate. I unlocked its our anniversary date. How ironic. My world shattered. There it was, a text thread not with Sarah, but with a man named Alex. The messages were filled with "I miss you, can't wait to see you again," and explicit details of their weekend getaway. It wasn't Austin. It was a luxury hotel right here in Dallas. Alex was her boss. The late nights at work, the new clothes. It all clicked into place, each piece a stab to my heart. I sat on the cold kitchen floor until dawn, the glow of the phone illuminating my tears. The next day, I was a wreck. I called in sick and just drove aimlessly. Then, a thought struck me. Sarah, Emily's best friend? I parked and called her, my voice shaking. Sarah, I need to ask you something. About the girls' trip to Austin. There was a long pause. Mark, she said softly. We didn't go to Austin. Emily canceled on me at the last minute, said a work thing came up. She sounded genuinely concerned. What's going on? I broke down and told her everything. Sarah was furious, not at me, but at Emily. I can't believe her, she hissed. Mark, you don't deserve this. I'll help you. Sarah became my secret weapon. She sent me screenshots of Emily's private social media posts, her location check-ins at fancy restaurants with Alex, tagged by his friends. She forwarded me emails Emily had carelessly left in their shared Cloud Drive hotel bookings, gift receipts, even plans for another business trip. With Sarah's help, I gathered an undeniable mountain of evidence. I hired the best divorce lawyer in Dallas. We prepared everything in silence. The day I served her, the papers was strangely calm. She was getting ready for work, humming a little tune. I placed the envelope on her vanity table. She looked at it, then at me, her smile faltering. As she read, her face went from confusion to panic, then to pure rage. How could you do this? How did you know? She screamed. I just looked at her, my heart empty. Sarah told me everything, I said quietly. The color drained from her face. At the same time, an anonymous email containing all the proof of their affair was sent to their company's entire HR department and board of directors. I walked out of that house and never looked back. I heard Alex was fired, his own marriage imploding. Emily's life unraveled. She lost her job, her reputation, and most of her friends. Sometimes I see her car around town, and I feel a pang of something. Not love, not hate, just a hollow echo. I won, but it didn't feel like a victory. Every night, I still check the locks twice.